Hi everyone, this is Amanda, Pineal Painting, Sarasota, Florida. I don't have my microphone hooked up today, so hopefully the sound quality will not be too terrible. But I just wanted to do a quick video because I usually haven't done one yet, and I usually don't do them when I'm in-house on my cabinet projects. So I wanted to do a couple minutes just explaining what I do when I get there. The first things I do is put paper on the counters, and I usually just use it for my masking gun, this thin painter's paper. You also can get the thicker paper, which is for floors, and I like to use this to lay on the floors. You can use drop cloths, you can use whatever. Cardboard is really good, but it keeps from shifting around and everything when you're trying to move around in a space like this. So I prefer paper, so I lay paper on the ground, I lay paper on the countertops, and I never, ever, as a painter, one of the biggest rules when you're working in somebody's house is to never set your tools or any objects on the counters, especially if you don't have a layer of protection, because it could open you up to possible damage, or it's just more professional, and you don't want to set your tools. Anything might scratch the counters. I mean, it's a pretty no-brainer. So I set things on the counter after I put the paper like I have now, but I try not to put anything like sharp that can scuff through and get on the countertops. So after I do all that, then I like to keep a box handy, like just in a couple plastic baggies, Ziploc baggies, and I remove all of the handles, all of the hinges. So these hinges aren't adjustable hinges, and that's just fine too. So they're really nice and easy. And I always start from the left-hand side of the kitchen and work my way. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I always write top. So if this was 7, I would write top 7, and then I always put an arrow for the way that it's facing up, just in case. It's always better to have it there, and that way when you're in the shop later, you have no questions at all what door it is, where it goes, and what way it's facing. And that's another reason why I like to take pictures before I start any projects as well, as a reference later if I'm curious how many top doors were there, how many doors were there, and how many drawers. Make sure that I'm on track. I can go back to the pictures, I can look it up, and I can count and say, oh, okay, I have this many, oh, that door, that, right, I remember that one goes there, or whatever, and help keep track, because it is kind of a puzzle when you're taking the whole kitchen apart and then putting it back together again. So just being organized is like my number one thing, because then when you come back, you don't have a lot of questioning where everything goes, and you can't figure it out, and then you're putting it on, switching it around. Believe it or not, just sometimes just altering the hinges themselves can cause you a little bit of trouble, because sometimes the hinges are adjusted just right for the doors to all be lined up properly, and if the door doesn't go back to the right position and the hinges don't go in the right position, you may have a situation where you're now trying to figure out how to go through and readjust everything to straighten everything out, because when you take it apart, you want to put it back the same way that it came apart. You don't want to have gaps in your doors. You can't have them banging into each other. So it's a little bit of a process, but as long as you're organized with it, it's not that hard at all. And I usually throw all of the, I don't have any right now, but I usually throw all of the hinge screws and door screws into a Ziploc baggie, and then I take like a box, sometimes it's even smaller than this, or just a small box, and I put the hardware and everything goes in together, and I box it all up, and set it to the side. That way when I come back to put the doors back on, it's all right there, and I can go ahead and reinstall all the hardware and the doors and all the hinges and everything. So yeah, it's just a little bit of an explanation for people who want to try to tackle this at home and do it themselves. You can do it. It's not that hard to do. If you'd like to have a professional like me come and do it, obviously you can call me, come over and give you an estimate. But so I'll update with some more. This cabinet is like, these cabinets are really nice, and this isn't a thermofoil removal job, so the finish on this is going to come out so nice, and I'm so excited. And I have the master bath and the guest bath as well. So this is a really good project, and the people are so amazing here. Like the week I went through last week trying to manage my free repaint and everything, and the issues that I had with, you know, a neighbor in the community and everything, and then you come to a job like this and the people are so accommodating and so nice. It's really like a breath of fresh air to be able to, it's just, I love my job. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a challenge when you're working with the public and you're trying to please everyone. But yeah, so I'm loving life. This week is such a good week. I got this cabinet job, and after that, then on Saturday, I'm going to go back over to my free repaint project, and we're going to go ahead and get that finished up. I'm gonna change the color from the coral color that was approved, and we're just gonna go ahead and do it with a white and make everybody happy. And yeah, hopefully that will help June, and she'll be able to sell her house and go ahead and get somewhere where she really wants to be. So I'm just so excited. I'm so happy for her. I talked to her on Saturday, and she was she was just so happy with me and everything that's happening, and she's so pleased and appreciative to have all the work done to her house for free. So it's so amazing, and it's awesome. So I'm going to keep you guys posted with that too. Once I find out some more, once I get over there, I'm going to shoot some more video, and it's going to be really, really cool. So all right, guys, hope this helps a little bit, and I might film a little bit taking the doors off, but pretty much it's pretty cut and dry. Just take the hinges off, take the hardware off, make sure you keep track of it all, and label the doors accordingly. Always cover everything. Do not ever set anything on anything. Everything I have is on a drop cloth right now behind this counter. And I do not have one thing on a countertop or on the floor or anything. That's just the best way to operate, honestly, doing it this long. You know, sometimes it can just be for optics for the for the customer, because you know that you're clean, but it's just the best way to do it, and that way everybody feels comfortable and nobody ever has a question about anything that may have happened, or you won't get blamed for anything either. So cover your butt, you know. All right, guys, so have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.